And a pleasant good evening to you from the KXAN Live studios. I'm Billy Gates, and this is Nick's first warning. And here's Nick right here, KXAN meteorologist Nick Bannon. There he is.
Good evening, Billy.
Good to see you, Nick. So, got a couple things going on. Coming up first, we have a widespread freeze warning coming up here for Monday, and then we have some rain on the way. First of all, let's go ahead and chat about this freeze warning that's coming up, Nick.
Yeah, so typically our first warning discussions here on a Sunday evening look much further ahead than just tomorrow morning. But given that everybody's talking about this freeze here Monday morning, we just want to touch upon it first before we look ahead to a potentially significant storm on the way for later in the week. So stick around for that. But first of all, we do have a freeze warning from 2 in the morning until 9 for most of central Texas and certainly all of the Austin metro, most of the hill country, and most of our eastern counties. A freeze warning is issued by the National Weather Service when they believe that the majority of a county will drop to 32 degrees or colder. We're now forecasting a low in Austin of 32 to start your Monday morning. And there could be several spots that actually drop into the 20s to start the day. There may be a few areas that can tap into a little bit of a southerly wind that will start to set up early Monday morning that may keep you from dropping to freezing. But we think more places than not drop to freezing. So this is not an everyone freezes night, but it is a most of us freeze night. Sort of on the borderline there with downtown Austin, but we think most of us do get down to freezing here to begin the day tomorrow.
And this should be kind of a quick thing, right? It's not going to be some prolonged thing. Like, it's just going to be a little overnight freeze, and then bang, we're back up into...
Yeah, I think most areas will be at the freezing mark for an hour or two. Okay. There may be a few spots that get there maybe for 3 hours. It's still worth remembering the 4 Ps, pets, plants, people, and pipes. We think that pipes especially will not be of much concern with such a limited time below freezing. But remember people that may be out and homeless here, and they have opened certain shelters tonight for the cold weather. Your plants probably going to be impacted the most by this freeze. And of course, remembering that if you're going to let the pets out to do it during the warmer times of the day, Billy.
The pipe thing is good because I do not know where my styrofoam faucet hoods are. I got to go find those.
Yeah, go find those. It's not the worst idea to put them on here tonight just to be safe. But I think harder freezes, when we're more in the 20s, even the teens, later into winter, that's when we start worrying about pipes more than just this brief dip.
All right, so with that out of the way, let's see your first warning about what's coming.
Yeah.
This is going to hit end of the week-ish with most impact on Friday. Is that correct?
That's right. So we're looking at our wettest stretch of weather since late October and potentially our first storm that brings us more than an inch of rain in one day since October 26th. Over us right now, we're quiet and dry. This is the next storm heading through the Pacific Northwest. And this is what we expect that storm system to do and how it gets here. That low drops south and east, and it starts bringing parts of our area some rain as early as Wednesday. We think the best rain chances on Wednesday are going to be west of I-35 and especially into the hill country. We're talking 20 to 30% rain chances, and it generally is fairly light. Things start to ramp up a little bit more as we head into the day on Thursday, and we'll drill in a little bit more on Thursday. Still mostly dry for the morning, the way things look for now, but more rain coming in at night. But by far the wettest day looks to be Friday. That's when the rain is the most widespread. That's when your rain chances are highest in the metro and our eastern counties. And that's the day that we think the rain coverage is going to get most of us rain. And you can see the rain still going on into Friday evening. There is a lower chance of some rain into early Saturday morning, but we think most of next weekend's looking dry. Just the morning hours, there could be some rain around Billy.
Nice. And just to be sure, with the rain, there's not going to be any sort of like frozen stuff with it. Everything's going to be above freezing by then, and everything will be good?
Yeah, we think as far as that goes, it's just a plain rain. Our only chance of freezing temperatures in a widespread way for at least the next week or more is Monday morning. Temperatures actually do rise as we head later into the week into the 60s for highs, and our lows will be in the 40s and 50s. So it is just plain rain. You see how that rain coverage looks as we head through the week. Widely scattered on Wednesday, scattered on Thursday, and then numerous showers and storms on Friday. More rain than storms, but isolated storms are possible, and then those rain chances drop way off on Saturday. I know your next question, Billy, was going to be how much rain. So let's talk about some of those different computer models and how they compare. European model here gives us about 1.5 to 2.5 inches across most of the area. Some of those higher amounts in the hill country. And that's kind of a theme, as we think that of the rainfall here in central Texas, the hill country is probably going to be the area that gets the most, which is fine. That's where we need the rain the most. That's where the Highland Lakes collect the water that we need for drinking in most cases. So getting a few inches of rain in some cases in the hill country is best. This is the American computer model, the GFS, that is a wetter version than the European. This one gives most of us 2 to 3 inches of rain, with some exceptions on the low end. And it again gives those higher rainfall amounts in the hill country. The official forecast from the National Weather Service leans more on the American model, at least the numbers are more similar, with 2 to 3 inches for most of the Austin metro, 2.5 to 3 inches for the hill country. And then those lower amounts are going to be north and east, because we think that area of low pressure is going to be diving southeast, so bringing more rain through the hill country and areas in Austin and south. And then as it pulls away, giving less rain to the north and east. But this would easily be the most rain that we have had in a month and a half since late October.
Boy, do we need it.
Yeah, we sure do.
Gosh, it seems like it's been so long
Yeah.
since we've had any significant amount of rain.
We have not had measurable rain in Austin at Camp Mabry in more than 10 days now. So this would be beneficial rain. There may be some concern with the rain, especially on Friday, for some flash flooding. It's a low concern now, and it's focused, of course, on the hill country where the heaviest rain will be. 1 out of 4 flash flooding threat on Friday for parts of western Llano, San Saba, most of Gillespie, and all of Mason County. And then that threat is off to the west. So let's sum all of this up for you. We've issued a first warning for the potential for some heavy rain, the wettest weather we've had since late October, the heaviest of which comes on Friday for all of central Texas, specifically the hill country with those higher amounts. And broadly speaking, expecting 1 to 3 inches of rain by the time we dry out by next Saturday. This does not mean on Wednesday that you will get 3 inches. It does not mean on Thursday you'll get 3 inches. But when you add up Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday morning's rain, we think 1 to 3 inches will be fairly widespread throughout the area.
Terrific. Fantastic, Nick. Thanks. Really appreciate you coming by, letting everybody know.
Sure thing.
Let me get one more thing up here. I'm punching buttons and doing all the behind-the-scenes work here, too.
While you're doing that, I'll just mention that, of course, we'll keep watching this through the week. There will likely be adjustments to the forecast and tweaks here and there. The rain may trend up or down. It has been trending up the last few days, which does give us more confidence in at least 1 inch of rain for most of the area. We've got a blog that I posted earlier this evening on KXAN.com. First warning, wettest weather since October, due later this week. That's on KXAN.com, and we'll be freshening up that blog over the next few days as we continue to fine-tune the forecast. Billy.
Yes, it's right. I got it pulled up. It is high on our homepage, easy to find. So if you want to find out more about what's coming our way weather-wise, go ahead and click into Nick's First Warning weather blog here. And, until next time, we'll talk about weather next week. Does that sound good, Nick?
That sounds like the plan.
That sound good?
Chief Meteorologist David Yeomans is in tonight at 9 and after the Cowboys football game that at least won't end until 10:30 or later. So,
yeah.
But he'll have an update on all of this as well as the latest forecast low numbers on what will likely be a very frigid start to your Monday.
Yeah, so keep checking KXAN.com for the latest forecast. And until next time, for Nick Bannon, I'm Billy Gates. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you again soon.